Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine. As you can see, Kisumu is also fantastic. And maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from, the county or the country, in case you are out of the republic. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Rigathi Gachagua rushed to Mombasa yesterday to meet with William Ruto? Or do you think Rigathi Gachagua just went there, met with Ruto, and took photos? In politics, things don't happen like that. Things are normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific objective. And the truth of the matter is that, number one, Rigathi Gachagua has been avoiding William Ruto's events of late. And that's why when William Ruto was in Nairobi the other week, and I explained that in one of my earlier videos, Rigathi Gachagua was somewhere in Nyeri to an extent that his allies who are members of parliament from Nairobi had to join him in Nyeri, and that forced Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah to join Ruto in Nairobi. And of course, there's been this story of fallout between Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto. It has been dominating public discourse in the Republic of Kenya. And the truth of the matter is that it's just a matter of time. It is there, it is real, and that can be confirmed by another event that took place yesterday, for those who might not know. Yesterday, there was an executive order. And in that executive order, William Ruto decided to include Musalia Mudavadi as part of the presidency. That's a very important development. Maybe we need to figure out. And of course, for those who've been keenly following Rigathi Gachagua and William Ruto, Rigathi Gachagua has been talking about the unity of the mountain, while William Ruto has been talking about the unity of Kenya, which means the two are talking the same language, but different languages. And just like I explained to you guys, there is no way William Ruto can allow Rigathi Gachagua to unite Mount Kenya. But why do you think Rigathi Gachagua rushed to Mombasa yesterday? That's exactly what I want to reveal to you guys in this particular video. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to dive in. Now, why do you think Rigathi Gachagua followed Ruto to Mombasa? The truth of the matter is that Rigathi Gachagua was sent out of the Republic of Kenya when a very important visitor, King Charles, was visiting. And when King Charles arrived in the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua was nowhere. The field was left for Musalia Mudavadi and Raila Odinga. And Kenyans started questioning why Rigathi Gachagua was sent out of the Republic of Kenya. Then Rigathi Gachagua arrived in the country. Then after arriving the next day, the king was in Nairobi. Rigathi Gachagua was nowhere. Of course, we saw him chairing some cabinet subcommittee meeting. Of course, we were never told that the subcommittee was about education, agriculture, health. We were never told. It was just a general that he chaired some cabinet subcommittee. But to those who understand politics, Rigathi Gachagua was clearly a man under siege, and therefore he had to seek for an audience with William Ruto. And for those who follow this channel, I offered my unsolicited advice to Rigathi Gachagua. And one of the advice I gave him was that he needed to confront William Ruto, and probably that's what he went to do in Mombasa. So I want to explain all those. But before you do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think Rigathi Gachagua visited Ruto at State House and took photos? Number one, Rigathi Gachagua and probably his handlers wanted to kill the narrative that Rigathi Gachagua was actually locked out of King Charles' visit to the Republic of Kenya. However much they'll try that, I don't think they'll convince any Kenyan, because Kenyans are alive. And when he went to Mombasa, of course, William Ruto arrived there the previous day. When he arrived in Mombasa, he met Ruto, then he went and also met with the king. And that's one thing which they really wanted to prove. But if you look at other factors, let me just show you what someone posted. Gabriel Ogoda mwenyewe will be there no matter what. This is what he's saying. just as something he noted, which for me makes sense, and I want you also to just watch the videos clearly. He analyzed Rigathi and the king at Mtongwe. This is what he's posting today at Mtongwe Naval Base in Mombasa. Watch this video carefully. I also want to just challenge you to watch the video carefully. Number one, only Rigathi is not in official wear. Must have been sneaked in from the roadside rallies to stop seeing the royal family only on Cocomelon. Ogoda pia anapenda mchezo sana bwana. Now, this is a serious matter, is analeta maneno ya Cocomelon, which my kids love watching here. But the truth of the matter is that if you look at those photos really, the only man who is not in a suit is Rigathi Gachagua. Mudavadi is in a suit, Ruto in his counter suit, the king is in a suit. So Ogoda is suggesting that maybe he was sneaked from some roadside rallies, you know? Which means when Rigathi Gachagua went to Mombasa, he never really intended to meet this guy, but he wanted to join Ruto in that rally, and that's why he put on the way he did. So that's number one. The other thing is noting is that Ruto and Mudavadi came in with their spouses. Gachagua's spouse is missing. Another important aspect, because this was a very important event. So King with Camilla, Ruto with Rachel, Mudavadi with Stacy. What about the deputy president? Yeah, alikuja tu kivyake. So it means they just needed that photo with the king. And number three, which is also very important, is saying the handshake between Gachagua and the king and the queen lasted only 1 second each. There is no eye contact. So maybe the king was even wondering, who is this? Kamsalamia tu, ikaisha. So that tells you about all this thing. And then the other thing which Ogoda noted here, and I'm actually learning it here, is that it's the king who reminded Ruto that he hasn't shaken hands with Mudavadi. The session between the king and Mudavadi points to one of the familiarities. Rigathi had to look away in embarrassment. Now, I'm unable to really see that, but just watch it. Maybe you'll note it. That's also important. And number five, Ogoda is concluding that going into the ramp, Gachagua brushes shoulders with Mudavadi, but avoids eye contact with him completely. Duale realizes the tension and puts his hand over the shoulder of Gachagua as if to empathize with his predicament. And is concluding, as for me and my family, will survive El Nino. El Nino kuna Mr. Ogoda. But now, whatever he has pointed out there, that shows you that Rigathi Gachagua went to Mombasa in the hope that he would get the opportunity to meet with the king. The truth is, being the second in command constitutionally, there is no way you can really block Rigathi Gachagua from all these events. He got that opportunity. Now, the second reason why Rigathi Gachagua followed Ruto, in my view, is to basically show a united team. These guys are still in the face of denial. And it reminds me of Uhuru and Ruto. When Uhuru and Ruto fallout began, there was a lot of denial. William Ruto will be humiliated. Of course, William Ruto ended up being the president, and Rigathi Gachagua's supporters are consoling themselves that, okay, Rigathi will be humiliated, but he will end up being the president. But remember, Rigathi was humiliated in the second term, not the first term. Ruto was humiliated in the first term, in the second term, not in the first term. So the truth is, they want to show a united team. And I remember during Uhuru Ruto time, which is very interesting, at some point after humiliating Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta actually drove to William Ruto's office just to show the country that they are united. William Ruto, if there's one thing that I really gave to William Ruto, he tried so hard to show a united face. Despite the fact that he had assigned these troops to hit on Uhuru Kenyatta, for him, he would go to Mount Kenya, these guys would attack Uhuru. For him, he would only speak about their unity, how he respect Uhuru, things like those. So these guys just wanted to reduce the tension. The third reason why Rigathi Gachagua went to Mombasa to meet Ruto in my view, is that Rigathi Gachagua wanted to communicate with his base. And which is Rigathi Gachagua's base? Mount Kenya. Whatever was coming out was actually a very bad signal on Rigathi Gachagua, because Rigathi Gachagua wants to be Mount Kenya kingpin. And if he's being overlooked, it was sending a wrong signal that he's not with the president, and therefore those who had started aligning with him were then going to leave, because politics about interest were going to leave him. They were going to now realign themselves again with either Ruto or Ndindi Nyoro. Very important. So he was communicating to that base that, okay, me and Ruto, we are one. If it's a matter of the king, and that's why he actually expressed his loyalty in his speech while in Mombasa, for those who followed that event. And number 4, I also tend to think that Rigathi Gachagua is trying to follow William Ruto's playbook, seeking sympathy. Appear to be humiliated, then you win sympathy. Appear to be weak, you win sympathy. You know, what Moi did with the Kenyatta, appear to be humiliated, then just go. The other day, there was that photo which I actually analyzed on this channel, where there was a meeting, State House, and Rigathi Gachagua was pensive. And those photos were shared by none other than State House communications team. And for me, those are the things I like doing, analyzing them, and I make them come out in a very truthful way. And I know truth sometimes hurts some people. And lastly, I'm 100% sure that Rigathi Gachagua actually went to Mombasa to confront William Ruto, to seek, let me use the right word, maybe to seek answers why he was locked out of State House event, why Musalia Mudavadi was elevated, and maybe why someone removed his traps, mtego zake, which had placed everywhere to catch Raila Odinga. I don't know what to think. That's my take. It's my hope that you've enjoyed the video. If you've watched the video up to this stage, just know from the bottom of my heart that I really value your time. I really value the support, and I'm so grateful. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.